From Apple Valley News Now, First Alert Weather with Chief Meteorologist Josh Colbreth.
Good Friday morning. Right now you're taking a look at First Alert radar, where we're just tracking some very light showers in the Blue Mountains. We were seeing a few snow flurries up in the Cascades earlier this morning, but otherwise it is dry for this morning. Also, we're tracking some fog up in the Cascades, especially for Interstate 90, but also some reductions in visibility for U.S. Highway 12 there in Yakima County at White Pass. Elsewhere, visibility pretty good. Temperatures this morning in the 30s and 40s for the valleys, 40s for the basin and the foothills, 30s and 40s for the Blues, 20s and 30s up in the Cascades. So if you did have to break out the ice scraper, it would be in the higher terrain of Kittitas or Yakima counties. Winds gusting between 20 to 25 miles per hour in the Kittitas Valley and up in the Cascades for this morning. Wind's going to be a much bigger factor as we head into this weekend. Your coatcast for today, mostly light jacket weather in the Tri-Cities, so we'll have highs up into the 50s and 60s. Like I mentioned, very windy in the Kittitas Valley on Saturday. I'll tell you just how windy coming up on Good Morning Northwest, which starts right now.
Straight ahead on Good Morning Northwest, a scary situation for a Kennewick school bus driver when a man gets on his bus and tries to steal it. We have the details coming up.
Plus, more on the Benton County Recovery Coalition's recent donations. Our Monique Ledesma speaking with the president about the impact it'll have on the community.
Also coming up, a helicopter crashing into the Hudson River, killing 6 people on board. We now know who was on that helicopter. Those details are all on Good Morning Northwest, which starts right now.
This is Apple Valley News Now. Good Morning Northwest on your side.
Good morning, everyone, and thank you for joining us for Good Morning Northwest. I'm Jessica Jalal.
And I'm Jade Elliott. It is Friday, April 11th. We made it.
We made it to Friday.
We made it to Friday. And ready for the weekend?
Oh, I'm so ready. Yeah, I've been needing this.
You've been needing this weekend.
Well, we're going to start your top stories off now, and we're starting off in Kennewick, where police responded to a person suspected of trying to steal a school bus.
Yeah, it all happened yesterday on North Vollen Street just after 8 a.m. Kennewick police tell us that 23-year-old David Corona got onto a Kennewick School District bus. No students were on board. The driver was at his very first stop of that morning. Police then tell us that Corona sat behind the driver. That driver got off the bus. Corona got into the driver's seat. And then they say Corona tried to get the bus driver and a parent and a student who were at that bus stop to get back onto the bus. Well, they didn't, and they started to walk away. Corona then got off the bus and started to follow them. He then changed directions. Police were able to find him and arrest him.
Yeah, so he was booked on attempted motor vehicle theft. It's important to note that we take a zero tolerance approach to anybody that is putting our students, staff, or parents at risk around our schools or our school buses, and that approach won't change.
Investigators say they don't know his motive, but he may have been suffering from mental health issues. Also in Washington, it is a gross misdemeanor to trespass on a school bus. The Richard Lenhart Act was signed into law just last year after Lenhart, a Pasco school bus driver, was stabbed while on his route back in 2021.
Now to a follow-up on a shooting that we told you about just yesterday. Kennewick police telling us that this shooting happened during rush hour, and it was all in connection to an attempted robbery. This shooting left 1 teen in the hospital, 2 others under arrest. You see video from the scene. We're told 18-year-old Noah Sanchez and 19-year-old Shaden Sullivan were arrested on suspicion of multiple charges, including drive-by shooting and assault. Now, according to police, Sanchez and Sullivan were attempting to buy a gun from 3 other teens in a parking lot near the Columbia Center Mall. Well, when the teens then took the cash, they took off. And that's when investigators say Sanchez and Sullivan drove after them and started shooting at that car, and that's when one of those teens got shot. Well, the teens then drove to Fire Station 72, right there on the corner of Gage and Keene. That's in Richland. Sanchez and Sullivan followed them, but when they saw fire personnel starting to come out of the station, Sanchez and Sullivan drove away and were then stopped by police just blocks away by the Yokes. At last check, the teen who was shot is still in the hospital.
Yeah, we're currently in the process of executing search warrants for that investigation. We'll be able to release more information as our detectives proceed in the investigation.
So after searching both cars, police do tell us they found a gun, a stolen gun rather, in the teen's car, another gun in the car that was driven by Sanchez and Sullivan, and police say that more charges are pending.
Making a difference now. So we told you yesterday about how the Benton Franklin Recovery Coalition is celebrating a big donation, $250,000, and that's from the Columbia Center Rotary charity.
Yeah, and this money is going to help build the Recovery Center's Family Reconnection Room. Our Monique Ledesma reports on how this donation will impact the lives of people, not just in our region, but also throughout the state.
The Family Reconnection Room is meant to serve as a comfortable place for families to visit their relatives in treatment rather than a clinical room. The Recovery Center, once completed, it is to be a facility for people who are seeking treatment for drug addiction and who have mental health issues. Michelle Gerber, the president of the coalition, says donations like this help ensure they have the resources they need.
Private donations build things like a wellness room, which is a gymnasium, and a fitness center, and this family reconnection room, a computer learning center to help ready people for a job in the outside world, and all the things that will add to their success rate.
Roger McDowell, president of the Columbia Center Rotary Charity, says they got involved to help with the resources that are needed to help those in and around the community.
If you were to speak with the counselors in the area, they're all slammed. They are all working very long hours, and that's just counseling. Drug and alcohol, on top of that, is a big problem everywhere. And this will be the first one in Eastern Washington. So it's not just going to help the Tri-Cities, it's going to help all of Eastern Washington. So people don't have to leave the state to seek treatment.
Well, recovery centers are rare in Washington state, and they're always overcrowded, and we wanted ours to be a model for success. We want it to be a model for the whole state about how a community can come together and make this happen from the grassroots.
McDowell says the Family Reconnection Room helps ensure there's a support system in place every step of the way.
It's important to stay connected because the family is the support system for the individual 9 out of 10 times, right? So if you're 60 days away from seeing this person in treatment, you're not really paying attention. You're not involved. You need to stay involved and be a part of their life and their recovery.
The Recovery Center is set to open early next year around February or March. Reporting in Kennewick, Monique Ledesma for Good Morning Northwest.
Thank you, Monique. And coming up next on Good Morning Northwest, details emerging after a helicopter crashed into New York into the Hudson River, killing 6 people. We have the latest details in just a few minutes.
But first, giving you a live look outside this morning. Beautiful look from our Bi-Mart camera overlooking Yakima. It is 6:08. The sun officially rises in 8 minutes. And Chief Meteorologist Josh Colworth will have your first alert forecast when we come back.
Attention former Hanford workers and contractors. You deserve the benefits and care you've earned. You may qualify for benefits including life-changing in-home health care. Join United Energy Workers Healthcare for a free Atomic Family Reunion at the Three Rivers Convention Center in Kennewick on Friday, April 11th. Reconnect, enjoy great food, and learn about exclusive benefits to help you live longer, better, and independently at home. RSVP by calling 509-286-2661 or visit uewhealth.com.
When uncertainty falls upon your freedom, you need an unwavering champion. We're dedicated to not just tipping the scales in your favor, but also delivering an unwavering and relentless defense. With over 5 decades of experience, we'll fiercely defend your freedom and secure the most favorable outcome. Your best defense, Quantum Legal.
At US Cellular, we're celebrating our customers, like JP here. It's a special event. Us Days.
Yeah, we get special rewards and exclusive deals, and it's only for US Cellular customers. It's like we got our own special club.
Should we show them?
Us Days at US Cellular. Right now, our customers can get $1,200 off any phone plus $500 off any tablet.
Which automaker employs the most hourly workers in the country? Ford. Which automaker assembles the most vehicles in the country? Ford. That's not a coincidence. It's a commitment. A commitment Ford dealers share by offering employee pricing across a full lineup of Ford vehicles.
Now get employee pricing available across a full lineup of Ford trucks and SUVs. Employee pricing. You pay what we pay. Only from your local Ford dealer.
feel like something's missing? Like there's a hole in your morning routine? Well, we've got just the thing. At Some Bagels, we make more than fresh bagels. We make a variety of baked goods to fill your day with everything you've been missing. Have your favorite coffee drink with our in-house roasted espresso beans. And enjoy your bagel with our flavored cream cheeses. Because at Some Bagels, the only thing better than the hole in the middle is everything around it. I want some, you want some, we want some, gimme Some Bagels.
The Kraken battles St. Louis in the deep. Watch Saturday on MeTV. From Apple Valley News Now, First Alert Weather with Chief Meteorologist Josh Colbreth.
Welcome back to Good Morning Northwest. Let's go ahead and take you on a temperature tour for this morning. Starting off in Kittitas County, we're right at freezing for Snoqualmie Pass, around 40 for Cle Elum, and a matching pair of 40 degrees for Ellensburg and Vantage. Then in the Yakima Valley, temperatures spanning from 36 to 42 degrees, 36 for Yakima, and 42 for Grandview, 38 degrees for Sunnyside. Then in the lower Columbia Basin, low to mid 40s, even some upper 40s, 48 for Hermiston, but 46 for the Tri-Cities, 44 for Mesa, 47 up towards the Hanford site. And then in the Blue Foothills, mostly in the mid to upper 40s, although we're seeing some upper 30s for Heppner and low to mid 40s for places like Cabbage Hill, Meacham, Ukiah, and the Battle Mountain Summit. Here is your day planner forecast for lower elevations. It's going to be dry. We're going to be cooler compared to yesterday. More sunshine in the valleys as opposed to what we'll see in the basin or foothills. So for today, it's going to be a seasonal day for early April. We'll have winds gusting out of the north and west for the Cascades and Kittitas Valley, out of the south and west for the basin and the foothills. The strongest winds being up in the Kittitas Valley. Some of those winds could gust upwards of 35 miles per hour. And then for tonight, the winds become a little bit more widespread. Just a precursor to tomorrow, some very strong wind gusts we're expecting. Once again in the Kittitas Valley. I'll tell you just how strong coming up in a few minutes.
Josh, thanks so much. 12 minutes after 6 international headlines this morning. 6 people, including 3 children, are dead after a helicopter crash in the Hudson River. Investigators tell us that a family from Spain was on that helicopter taking a tour of New York City sites when it went down yesterday. One of the members of that family has been identified as Agustin Escobar, an executive with Siemens.
At this time, all 6 victims have been removed from the water, and sadly, all 6 victims have been pronounced deceased.
The pilot was the 6th person killed in that crash. A CNN analyst of the flight tracking radar found that the helicopter was in the air for about 16 minutes before it went down. NTSB and FAA are on the ground investigating the cause of this crash. All right, so much more ahead here on Good Morning Northwest. When we come back, check in with Chief Meteorologist Josh Colbreth. He'll have a look at how our weekend is shaping up as we give you that live look outside over the Yakima Valley from our Bi-Mark camera. It's 6:13 and we're back after the break.
At Floor & Home, we know how important it is for everyone to have a safe place. That's why we've partnered with the Boys and Girls Club between now and April 15th by donating a portion of our sales. Love the home and community you live in.
This year, Walker's Furniture is turning spring cleaning into spring savings with an indoor garage sale where you can save store-wide up to 70% off clearance items. And new markdowns are arriving daily as we clean out the warehouses with big savings on closeouts, ding and dents, and floor model furniture at garage sale prices. Plus, special financing is available, so you can save big now and pay over time. But you better hurry. These deals will go fast. This week at Walker's.
My family's been serving the Tri-Cities since 1939 at Griggs and the Tri-Cities Ace stores. And we have some deals we don't want you to miss. Choose from these long-handled garden tools at only $19.99. Miracle-Gro garden soil, 2 bags for $10. That's a 42% savings. Roundup weed and grass killer sale priced at $22.99. Triple 16 fertilizer, the lowest price around, only $24.88. See all the deals using this QR code. Come see us at Griggs and the Tri-Cities Ace stores. And thank you for your business.
Meet the Moore family. They switched from cable internet to Ziply Fiber and got so much more. Mr. Moore got more upload speed for next level gaming and live streaming to the masses. Mason Moore got even more done for his sneaker business, quickly uploading HD product demos and video conferencing without freezing.
Brad, you're on mute.
And now that her family doesn't need her for tech support, Mrs. Moore has more time to stream games into overtime.
Let's go!
Get more of what you love by switching to Ziply Fiber for $65 less per month than cable at ziplyfiber.com.
At Floor & Home, we know how important it is for everyone to have a safe place. That's why we've partnered with the Boys and Girls Club between now and April 15th by donating a portion of our sales. Love the home and community you live in.
For the final time this season, the Kraken play on free broadcast TV. Thanks for watching with us all year. Now, can Seattle finish on a high note? Kraken Blues, pregame at 6:30, Saturday on MeTV.
Next live, Bryce Dallas Howard from the Disney Plus film Pets.
My parents were always adopting cats. At one point we had 20 cats.
That's a farm.
Yes. Plus Haley Steinfeld.
Today at 9 on Apple Valley News Now.
Wendy Redmond, Austin Reed, Stacey Lee weather. Apple Valley News Now, on your side. From Apple Valley News Now, First Alert Weather with Chief Meteorologist Josh Colbreth.
Welcome back to Good Morning Northwest. Let's go ahead and step you through today's forecast. It's going to end up being a mostly dry day, but then for tonight, it could get a little bit more interesting. We're thinking maybe we could see some showers in the Blue Foothills, the Blue Mountains, or the Cascades, albeit those are pretty low-end chances, about 10 to 30% chances of that. And then for tomorrow, I think we could see a similar setup once again in the Blue Foothills, the Blue Mountains, and also up in the Cascades. Small chances for light showers, but then once those winds kick in and we start to get some more dry air into here, it will end up being a very dry day for tomorrow. So in general, pretty dry for today, tonight, and for tomorrow. The big impact from tomorrow going to be in the form of some very gusty winds, predominantly out of the north and west, especially for the Kittitas Valley. Some of those winds could gust upwards of 50 miles per hour, and that main time frame would be from 11 a.m. tomorrow morning to 8 p.m. tomorrow evening. So we could see some spotty power outages, some downed tree limbs, and some difficult travel for high-profile vehicles, especially on Interstate 82 between Yakima and Ellensburg. In general, our forecast is going to stay pretty dry over the next 7 days, and also it's going to be warming up. We'll piddle around average high temperatures over the next few days in the Tri-Cities, but then high surging up into the 70s will end up being about 5 degrees above average for Monday, about 10 to 15 degrees above average for Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday. So again, just a summation of the forecast. Big time wind gusts for Saturday, dry for the next 7 days, and warming up specifically as we head into next week. Here is the 7-day forecast for the Tri-Cities. Breezy tomorrow and trending cooler, but warming up into the mid-70s by early next week. In Yakima, breezy tomorrow and another bout of winds for midweek next week. That's when highs will surge into the 70s. In Ellensburg, very windy over the next couple days, especially on Saturday, warming up with more windy conditions possible next week. In Hermiston, breezy today and tomorrow with below average temps, but certainly feeling very spring-like with warmer highs next week. And then for Walla Walla, a small shower chance Saturday, but otherwise a dry forecast with more sunshine and warmth for next week. Now you're taking a live look at Columbia Point, this view coming courtesy of the Legends Casino and Hotel. Thanks for waking up with Good Morning Northwest, where we're always on your side.
For 60 years, Woods Nursery has been inspiring families to create beautiful, joyful gardens in our community. Spanning 5 acres, it's one of the largest nurseries in southeastern Washington, offering a vast selection of plants, trees, and flowers, all grown in the USA. Explore handcrafted ornamental pieces made by American artisans, and get expert guidance from 3 generations of the Wood family, dedicated to helping you design stunning landscapes. Visit us today and discover everything you need to bring your outdoor space to life.
Bi-Mart's latest savings book has a bonus week of savings. Save through Monday, April 14th. Select Pepsi 12-packs are buy 2, get 1. Campbell's Family Soups are 2 for $5. 80-count Papa Nicholas coffee pods are $7 off. Plus, save more on everything you need for your spring lawn, garden, and patio needs. And save on all your Easter favorites, including candy, baskets, decor, and more. Home of the $5 lifetime membership. Bi-Mart since 1955.
Which automaker employs the most hourly workers in the country? Ford. Which automaker assembles the most vehicles in the country? Ford. That's not a coincidence. It's a commitment. A commitment Ford dealers share by offering employee pricing across a full lineup of Ford vehicles.
Now get employee pricing available across a full lineup of Ford trucks and SUVs. Employee pricing, you pay what we pay. Only from your local Ford dealer.
Feeling overwhelmed? It's time to shed your worries, literally. At Columbia Basin Buildings and Sheds, we've got the perfect shed to clear the clutter, create space, and bring peace to your life. Man cave, playhouse, done. Want something custom? We'll build it just the way you want it. And we deliver for free. Spring is here. Shed the mess, shed the stress. See dealer for special pricing. Visit Columbia Basin Building and Sheds today, 3680 West Van Giesen in West Richland, or 3005 Yakima Valley Highway in Sunnyside.
I was a resident here. Think of me as one of you.
You're unbelievable. So unbelievable.
Prosser Memorial Health reminds you, watch Grey's Anatomy Thursdays. Prosser Memorial Health, this is how we care.
Attention viewers, Good News Today, produced by Richland Lutheran Church, airing Sundays at 9 a.m., will be airing this Saturday, April 12th at 5:30 a.m. Good News Today will resume its regularly scheduled time on Easter Sunday, April 20th at 9 a.m.
The Kraken battle St. Louis in the deep. Watch Saturday on MeTV.
Welcome back to Good Morning Northwest. In entertainment news, the Oscars are making history with a brand new category, and it's all about action.
For the first time ever, the Academy Awards will honor stunt design, recognizing the creativity and coordination behind some of Hollywood's most thrilling moments.
The CEO of the Academy says that stunts have been an integral part of filmmaking since the early days of cinema. The inaugural award will be for films released in 2027. More than 100 stunt professionals are members of the Academy's production and technology branch.
I'm glad they're adding new categories. How exciting.
That's fun. All right, we also have some sad news, though, out of Hollywood today. Actor Eric Dane says he's been diagnosed with ALS, also known as Lou Gehrig's disease.
52-year-old Dane is best known for his roles in Grey's Anatomy and Euphoria. ALS, or amyotrophic lateral sclerosis, is a progressive neurodegenerative disease affecting nerve cells in the brain and spinal cord. So patients with the progressive disease suffer progressive paralysis of the muscles over time. There is no known cure.
In an interview with People magazine, Dane said right now he's fortunate to be able to continue working and intends to return to the set of Euphoria next week.
That makes me so sad.
I know. Well, in Tennessee, an effort to rename Nashville International Airport after the queen of country music is growing.
So far, more than 50,000 people have signed a petition in favor of renaming it after Dolly Parton. The petition got started after state lawmakers introduced a bill to rename the airport after President Donald Trump. But those who support the petition says it's only fitting for the airport to carry the name of a remarkable woman who represents the best of Tennessee. I'm all for this.
Dolly Parton International?
Yeah.
I'm in.
Yeah. She's got Dollywood, now the airport, so it's making its way.
Everyone loves her.
Yeah,
she's an international treasure.
I was just about to say, this is a time where we don't always agree on everything. I think everyone agrees that we love Dolly, right?
I bet even Jolene loves Dolly.
I bet she does. All right, so much more ahead here on Good Morning Northwest. A third straight year of drought has Central Washington feeling the strain. Why Walla Walla and surrounding areas could be facing another dry, challenging season. Those details are coming up in the next half hour.
Join over 50 Walla Walla wineries this June to celebrate Walla Walla Valley Wine, the Valley's signature 3-day wine fest, happening June 19th through the 21st. Tickets are on sale now at wallawallawine.com.
McCurley Dealerships is celebrating 44 years with big giving and even bigger savings. Fill out an entry form at any McCurley dealership for a chance to win one of two $4,400 cash prizes. Plus, each winner gets an additional $4,400 to donate to one of 44 local nonprofit partners. No purchase necessary. And get special financing as low as 0.9% on a new Mazda CX-90. McCurley Mazda, celebrating 44 years of savings, giving back, and helping you find your way home.
What if you could whiten your teeth by simply brushing your teeth? Now you can with Smile Actives, the teeth whitening breakthrough that safely gets your teeth white and keeps them white every day just by brushing your teeth.
I never thought that whitening my teeth could be so easy. I just put the gel on the brush, the toothpaste on it, brush, and I can see my white teeth.
Simply add Smile Actives to any toothpaste, and our patented PolyClean technology activates into a powerful microfoam that penetrates into the enamel surface to safely lift and remove stains.
You need a simple way to whiten your teeth, without strips, without trays, without going to the dentist. And it was about time that a product was developed that you would be able to do that with just brushing.
And now Smile Actives is even better with new Pro Whitening Gel with 33% greater whitening power, clinically shown to whiten teeth faster, up to 8 shades. 100% of users saw whiter teeth. On food stains, coffee and wine stains, even on veneers, crowns, and dentures.
I eat the blueberries, I drink the coffee, and I know that Smile Actives will keep my teeth white every day.
If you could use something so easy like Smile Actives to take yellow teeth to white teeth, why wouldn't you?
Why spend hundreds of dollars for whitening treatments at the dentist when now you can whiten your teeth with new Smile Actives Pro Whitening Gel every time you brush your teeth? Call or go to smileactives.com and for a limited time get new Pro Whitening Gel for just $24.95. Order in the next 5 minutes and buy one, get one absolutely free for just $24.95. That's 2 for 1 and save 58%. We'll even include free shipping. Get your teeth whiter guaranteed or return it within 60 days for your money back.
I smile every day now.
The difference is literally night and day.
So now I'm always smiling, always choosing, because now my teeth are much whiter.
This offer is not available in stores, so call or click now before the special buy one, get one free offer goes away.
Join over 50 Walla Walla wineries this June to celebrate Walla Walla Valley Wine, the Valley's signature 3-day wine fest, happening June 19th through the 21st. Tickets are on sale now at wallawallawine.com.
Wendy Redmond, Austin Reed, Stacey Lee weather. Apple Valley News Now on your side. This is Apple Valley News Now. Good morning, Northwest on your side.
Hey, good Friday morning. Thanks for waking up with us. Joining us here for Good Morning Northwest. I'm Jade Elliott.
I'm Jessica Jalal.
And I'm Josh Colbert.
And someone got
is
a little
loser.
Richer.
And someone is a winner because they won money.
But someone won money.
Yes.
You're the loser, but we have a winner.
Money.
Mr. Krabs impression.
And Mr. Krabs read today as well. Okay, let's go ahead and take a look at our 3-degree guarantee. Yes, congratulations to Ludmila Otero. She won $225 because I went with a forecast high of 73 yesterday in Pasco Tri-Cities, and it verified at 68. So again, Ludmila Otero, congratulations to you. Now, unfortunately, for those of you wanting to win money today, it's going to be a tough sell because the current jackpot is at $0. So here are the stakes for today. If my forecast high verifies between 63 to 69 in Pasco Tri-Cities, the jackpot's going to go up to $25. If that doesn't happen, no one wins any day. Find out how to win future jackpots by going to applevalleynewsnow.com, clicking on the contest page, or you can scan the QR code that's on your screen. Now what's on your screen is a live look at First Alert Radar. Just a few sprinkles in the Blue Mountains this morning on the periphery of our viewing area, but elsewhere it's looking pretty dry. Visibility is tough up towards Snoqualmie Pass, so take it slow on I-90. Also take it slow on US Highway 12, where we're also tracking some reductions in visibility. Temperatures this morning in the 30s and 40s in the Kittitas and Yakima Valleys, 40s for the lower Columbia Basin, the same thing with the Blue Foothills, 30s and 40s for the Blue Mountains, 20s and 30s up in the Cascades. So if you did have to break out the ice scraper for this morning, it would be in the higher terrain of Kittitas or Yakima counties. And the winds also a factor for this morning, gusting out of the south and west between 20 to 25 miles per hour in the Kittitas Valley and also up into the Cascades. Those are going to be a much bigger factor as we head into tomorrow. Here's your hour-by-hour forecast for today for the Tri-Cities. We're going to have mostly sunny to partly cloudy skies, highs getting up into the mid-60s. For lower elevations in general, 50s and 60s, more sunshine in the valleys as opposed to the basin or foothills. And I'll take you on that zone-by-zone tour of today's forecast, and that's going to be coming up in a few minutes.
We start your half hour with news out of Yakima this morning, where the sheriff's office tells us that a youth volunteer pastor has been arrested for sex offenses. Detectives tell us that a 32-year-old man from Sunnyside was arrested for multiple offenses involving a teen. The man is a volunteer youth group leader at a church in the Lower Valley. The victim told adults about the sex offenses, and they reported those to the Yakima County Sheriff's Office. Detectives arrested the man at his home. During an interview with him, he did admit that the teen had been to his house several times, but denied all allegations of sexual contact. He's now been booked into the county jail.
Also in Yakima, the Washington Department of Ecology is extending a drought emergency for the third consecutive year in central Washington. A drought advisory is also being issued for north central Washington and parts of the Puget Sound region. Back-to-back droughts in 2023 and 2024 took their toll on upper Yakima, lower Yakima, and the Natchez watersheds, and this caused significant deficits in precipitation and soil moisture. Although snowpack in the watersheds is now at near normal levels for the first time this year, the department says there won't be enough spring runoff to replenish reservoirs and rejuvenate the soil. And the city of Yakima now has some new trash cans that are graffiti resistant and tamper proof. The city, along with the Yakima Arts Commission, came up with the idea. They were just unveiled at a ribbon cutting ceremony, which was held downtown. It's all a part of a project that's been in the works for about 6 months. The theme, Keep Yakima Beautiful.
Essentially, these garbage cans, they're resistant to graffiti and they're resistant to damage. We asked them to use agriculture or nature or things that really reflected where we live. And so we got some great submissions. We brought in some excitement to participating with community artists.
At this time, there are 2 cans, but they do plan to add more. Also, the Arts Commission says they're still accepting submissions on the design of the cans, so you have until April 15th to submit your idea, and if your artwork is picked, you'll be given a $250 stipend.
Taking you now to the state capitol, where a bill which would put a cap on annual rent increases is closer to becoming law. The Senate passes House Bill 1217 with the vote of 29-20, with one Democrat joining all Republicans in opposition. But just before it passed last night, it was amended, raising the limit on rent increases to 10% from the 7% the House approved last month. The bill would also require landlords to give a 90-day notice before changing rates, and when a tenancy begins, they can set rent however they please.
Rent stabilization is a critical policy for the state and is a high priority for the Housing Alliance because we have been hearing from manufactured homeowners and renters and landlords across the state that rent increases are too high, that they're excessive, and that they're unnecessary.
Supporters say it would help renters who may become homeless if faced with a sudden steep rent hike, and opponents argue it would harm smaller landlords who can't keep up with inflationary costs, and that it could drive developers to other states, which would hurt the state's housing supply. Now, before it can reach the governor's desk, the bill will now go back to the House to weigh in on the changes made in the Senate, and if it gets signed by the governor, the proposal would go into effect immediately, and that's thanks to an emergency clause. And now to an update on some new things coming to the Tri-Cities, something that I've been waiting a long time for. Chick-fil-A is making its way. Now, the first Chick-fil-A in our region finished the pavement part of construction just yesterday, and our team went to the site to see the progress. We spoke to the construction owner of Almond Asphalt, who says the construction work inside the building is close to being done.
So up next, they will be working on the landscaping part of the process.
Just the other subs that we have here, the communication, the level of communication is important, and it's very good here. ESI runs a tight ship, and they've got great subcontractors, and we all work together. We're a team.
And you know what else he's looking forward to? He's looking forward to trying Chick-fil-A for the first time. So many probably are. Once the doors open, he will be there, I'm sure, first in line, right?
And I'm looking forward to trying it for the millionth time.
Same. I know, it's so delicious.
So good.
Talking now about another construction site in the Tri-Cities. The second Costco location is under construction right now. The site is in Richland, and it's seeing some progress. You see it there. The city says they are in the grading part of the construction, which consists of making that area flat, having it all prepared for the infrastructure that it needs. There are some walls you see there that are currently up. Shoppers, of course, are excited to see the second Costco location as well, and the city says they're excited about the job opportunities that the store is going to bring.
a lot of additional amenities and connectedness, and I think will lead to the remaining properties up in the Queensgate City View area continuing to build out. They're a large attractor for major retail, and so I think that we'll only see continued growth based on their location and success.
And as of right now, the city of Richland says everything is on track on their end, and they expect to have the Costco ready by August this year. How exciting.
I know. I love all of it.
Hopefully less crowds
at Costco. Yeah, I was going to say, but Chick-fil-A,
I will wait in that line
busy
every day, all the time.
I love it. All right, still ahead here on Good Morning Northwest, a Major League message to the Yakima community as the Merle Scott Symposium returns. That message from Clint Hurdle, former Major League Baseball player and manager, and we have his story coming up after the break.
The Kraken battles St. Louis in the deep. Watch Saturday on MeTV.
Are you suffering with foot pain? Prosser Orthopedic Center podiatrist Dr. Jared Clifford is board certified and now accepting new patients. His services include arthroscopic ankle surgery, foot and ankle fractures, heel pain, diabetic foot care, and more. To schedule an appointment with Dr. Clifford or learn more about podiatry services at Prosser Orthopedic Center, call 509-786-5599 or visit prosserhealth.org.
Hi, I'm Rowdy with Total Energy Management. For 40 years, we've been keeping the Tri-Cities comfortable with top-notch heating and air conditioning services. We take pride in delivering exceptional service and unbeatable deals. Right now, you can save big with up to $4,900 in rebates and tax credits on a new Carrier heating and cooling system. So turn to the experts at Total Energy Management to ensure your house is the perfect temperature year-round. Visit TEMINC.com or call 946-4500 to learn more.
McCurley Dealerships is celebrating 44 years with big giving and even bigger savings. Fill out an entry form at any McCurley dealership for a chance to win one of two $4,400 cash prizes. Plus, each winner gets an additional $4,400 to donate to one of 44 local nonprofit partners. No purchase necessary, and get a great deal on a new 2025 Chevy Silverado. Save over $4,400 off MSRP. McCurley Chevrolet, celebrating 44 years of savings, giving back, and helping you find your way home.
American Idol is new on ABC.
Watch Sundays and Mondays on Apple Valley News Now. Sponsored locally by Prosser Memorial Health. This is how we care.
If you have to ask why it's important to start your day early, here's your answer.
Because early is easy with a medium iced coffee, caramel or classic, for just $2.29.
Ba-da-ba-ba-ba.
Floor scuffs, tears, and nasty scratches. Forget them for good with Ruby Sliders, the chair leg covers that stretch to fit most chairs and make floor marks a thing of the past. Slide it here, slide it there, slide it anywhere. Just slip them on and keep your floors looking like new. They fit any size or shape furniture leg and glide effortlessly. Forget flimsy felt pads and caps that don't fit. Just stretch it on and slide it. Call or click now to get Ruby Sliders for as low as 99 cents with free shipping.
It's springtime in one of the most magical places in the Northwest.
There's a great variety down there just because there's not only the landscape, there's always that sense of history in every one of those small communities.
The Palouse on Fly the Northwest.
There's something very personal about it.
Apple Valley News Now at 6 Tuesday.
Next live, Bryce Dallas Howard from the Disney Plus film Pets.
My parents were always adopting cats. At one point we had 20 cats.
That's a farm.
Yes. Plus Haley Steinfeld.
Today at 9 on Apple Valley News Now.
From Apple Valley News Now, First Alert Weather with Chief Meteorologist Josh Colbreth.
Welcome back to Good Morning Northwest. Let's go ahead and take you on that zone-by-zone tour of today's forecast. We start off in Kittitas County. We're going to be in the mid-40s up towards Snoqualmie Pass, around 60 in the Kittitas Valley, and in the mid-60s in Vantage, which is more of a basin climate. Winds gusting out of the north and west up around 35 miles per hour at times in the Kittitas Valley. Mostly cloudy skies up in the mountains. Will be sunny in the Kittitas Valley. Mostly sunny in the Yakima Valley, especially in the upper valley. A bit more in the way of clouds for the lower lower valley. These highs are going to end up in the mid-60s. Light winds here, but winds gusting out of the west, upwards of 20 miles per hour for the lower Columbia Basin, especially down towards the Tri-Cities and Hermiston. Mid-60s, more sunshine up towards Hanford and Connell and Mesa as opposed to in the lower portions of the basin. And then in the Blue Foothills, around 60 degrees today. Breezy winds gusting out of the north and west around 25 miles per hour. We'll be stuck in the low to mid 50s in the Blue Mountains with cloudy skies and mostly cloudy skies for the Blue Foothills. Now, let's very quickly talk about the snowfall deficits and surpluses we're running in all of our major basins for this time of the year. We're seeing a big-time deficit in the upper Yakima Basin, just barely breaking even in the Natchez Basin. These are in the Cascades, but the basins in the Blues, Umatilla, Walla Walla, looking much better overall. It's not much snow or rain in the forecast, but we do have some big-time wind gusts in the forecast for tomorrow. I'll tell you just how strong coming up in a few minutes.
Thanks so much, Josh. 6:40 in sports news this morning. After several years away, the Merrill Scott Symposium, which is hosted by Sundown M Ranch, is making a powerful return, and it's bringing a Major League message to the Yakima community. Former Major League Baseball player and manager Clint Hurdle, best known for leading the Colorado Rockies to their first World Series appearance, is headlining this year's event. Now, Hurdle managed teams to multiple postseason runs in the big leagues, but he says his biggest victory was off the field, getting sober. And now he uses his platform to advocate for recovery and inspire others to seek help.
You know, there's a day where I finally had enough. I was finally sick and tired of being tired and sick. And I started that process with alcoholic counseling. And I started attending AA. AA has been my branch, my platform in which I've been able to plug in. The best decision I ever made for me was to get sober, and it turned out to be a big blessing for everybody that I loved as well.
Hurdle is celebrating 26 years of sobriety and now sponsors 4 others in their own recovery journey. He calls addiction a disease and says that the first step is asking for help and doing it for yourself. Coming up tonight on Napa Valley News Now, Dan Hansen sits down with Hurdle to talk about his message for Yakima. The Merrill Scott Symposium kicked off Thursday night at the Yakima Convention Center and continues through today. Still ahead here on Good Morning Northwest, your morning sprint and everything you need to know as you head out the door this morning, and giving you that beautiful live look outside from our Legends Casino and Hotel Skycam at Richlands Columbia Point, overlooking the mighty Columbia. Chief Meteorologist Josh Colbreth will be back with his full First Alert forecast.
Seems like everyone's going country these days. Let me show you how it's done. Yep, that Nashville Hot Sweet Heat is here on my 100% all-white meat popcorn chicken starting at $5.99. Tastes good to go country. Get so much more. Welcome to Jack in the Box.
This year, Walker's Furniture is turning spring cleaning into spring savings with an indoor garage sale where you can save store-wide up to 70% off clearance items, and new markdowns are arriving daily as we clean out the warehouses with big savings on closeouts, ding and dents, and floor model furniture at garage sale prices. Plus, special financing is available, so you can save big now and pay over time. But you better hurry. These deals will go fast. This week at Walker's.
At Bruce Heating and Air, your comfort is our business. With over 30 years of professional HVAC experience for residential and commercial properties, you can rest assured your heating and air system is in good hands. In addition to providing quality heating, air conditioning, ventilation, and installation services, Bruce Heating and Air also houses a full-service sheet metal fabrication shop.
Now through June 30th, receive rebates up to $4,500 off on a new Daikin Fit system when you finance through Bruce Heating and Air.
Wish your home looked something like this? Or this? How about this? Well, wish no more, because getting the home of your dreams is easy during the home makeover sale at Furniture Row. Right now, every sofa, dining group, and bed is on sale. Like the Levita, only $449. The Skylar sofa, only $899. The Acorn Hill dining set for only $549. And get 30% off our Doctor's Choice Elite lineup. Or get 60 months no-interest financing. The home makeover sale, on now at Furniture Row.
And Consumer Reports.
We're testers.
This organization accepts no advertising or sponsorship.
Since 1936.
Testing dishwashers, TVs, cars, vacuums.
We buy directly from stores, just like you.
Making sure products are safe.
And that they last.
Because we're advocates.
Engineers and scientists. We're testers. We're Consumer Reports.
Join us.
Traveling is so exciting that you'll need to be prepared.
New ID requirements for travel go into effect on May 7th, 2025.
There are multiple forms of ID you can use.
Whatever option you choose, make sure you have it with you before heading to the airport.
That way, you can travel stress-free.
Don't wait. Prepare today so you can relax
and enjoy your flight.
It's your final boarding call for a real ID.
Some people think going country is cheesy. I agree. Like deliciously cheesy. Yep, your favorite mozzarella sticks are back. Now with that Nashville hot sweet heat, starting at $3.50. Get so much more under $4.
Welcome to Jock in the Box.
Wendy Redmond, Austin Reed, Stacey Lee weather. Apple Valley News Now on your side. From Apple Valley News Now, First Alert Weather with Chief Meteorologist Josh Colberth.
Welcome back to Good Morning Northwest. Let's go ahead and step you through today's forecast with Futurecast radar. Today is going to be a mostly dry day, but as we head into this evening, there could be about a 10 to 30% chance of some showers in the Blue Foothills, the Blue Mountains, and also up into the Cascades. And Futurecast is indicating that some of this could linger into tomorrow. And I'm thinking overall we'll have a similar setup once again for the Blue Foothills, the Blue Mountains, and the Cascades. Futurecast isn't showing that tit for tat, but I think overall you kind of get the gist. Those shower chances, they're going to be small. Those showers will end up being light if they do come to fruition. And overall, it's going to be a pretty dry day for today, a dry night, and dry into tomorrow, especially with the winds kicking up out of the north and west. That's going to bring a lot of dry air into this region. Speaking of the devil, the winds for tomorrow out of the north and west, gusting around 50 miles per hour up towards the Kittitas Valley. So that peak time frame for tomorrow is going to be 11 a.m. to 8 p.m. And we're not ruling out some spotty power outages, some downed tree limbs, or some very difficult travel for high-profile vehicles, specifically as you're driving from Yakima to Ellensburg on Interstate 82. Okay, forecast very dry over the next 7 days. Not just dry, but also warming things up. We'll have high temperatures right around that average line over the next few days, but then super seasonal definitely for next week. Will be about 5-ish degrees above average by Monday, but about 10 to 15 degrees above average for Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday, even flirting with 80 degrees in the Tri-Cities towards the end of next week. So yes, very spring-like out there. Here is the 7-day forecast for the Tri-Cities. Breezy tomorrow and trending cooler, but warming up into the mid-70s by early next week. In Yakima, breezy tomorrow and another bout of winds for midweek next week. That's when highs will surge into the 70s. In Ellensburg, very windy over the next couple days, especially on Saturday, warming up with more windy conditions possible next week. In Hermiston, breezy today and tomorrow with below average temps, but certainly feeling very spring-like with warmer highs next week. And then for Walla Walla, a small shower chance Saturday, but otherwise a dry forecast with more sunshine and warmth for next week. Now let's head out to New York City to see what's ahead on Good Morning America.
In this morning's GMA First Look, Doomsday Mom Lori Vallow Daybell back in court serving as her own lawyer.
Ladies and gentlemen of the jury, I have been charged with a crime, a serious crime. And the only question here is, did I commit this crime?
Defending herself against a murder conspiracy charge in the 2019 killing of her then estranged husband, Charles Vallow. Daybell finding herself in hot water with the prosecution over her cross-examination of Nancy Jo Hancock, a woman who went on a date with Vallow the night before his death.
Do you go on dates with married men?
I'm going
Not naturally?
Argumentative. I'm going to also object under 611 for harassment.
Lori maintains she is not guilty and that her brother Alex killed Charles Vallow in self-defense. And coming up at 7 a.m., we'll have much more on Lori Vallow Daybell's trial. With your GMA First Look, I'm Rhiannon Alley, ABC News, New York.
Touch can mean so many things, even for children with moderate to severe eczema. Touch can stir a sense of wonder, can make a ride go smoothly, and make a smile stretch ear to ear. Dupixent can help your child stay ahead of eczema with clearer skin and noticeably less itch. When a touch is all in good fun, Dupixent helps block a key source of inflammation inside the body that can cause eczema to help heal your child's skin from within. Severe allergic reactions can occur. Get help right away for face, mouth, tongue, or throat swelling, wheezing, or trouble breathing. Tell your doctor of new or worsening eye problems like eye pain, vision changes, or blurred vision, joint aches and pain, or a parasitic infection. Don't change or stop asthma or other medicines without talking to your doctor. Dupixent, the #1 prescribed biologic by dermatologists and allergists. Help your child feel the heal and see the difference. Reach out to your child's eczema specialist today.
Now, the morning sprint.
Time is now 6:49. It's time for your morning sprint. We're going to start off with your national headlines. A U.S. district judge is requiring a sworn statement from the Justice Department today on how the Trump administration is handling the return of a man it deported illegally. A hearing is scheduled for this afternoon, and that's after a Supreme Court ruling from last night requiring the government to take steps towards the release of Kilmar Armando Abrego Garcia. The administration claims he's a suspected ranking member of the MS-13 gang. His lawyers deny that and that he's never been charged with the crime. His attorney says if he doesn't come back, that would be a sign that, quote, the government can deport whomever they want. Chinese President Xi Jinping is speaking out for the first time on the growing trade war with the U.S., saying his country is not afraid of the economic standoff. The comments come as China raised tariffs on American goods to 125%, which followed the U.S. hike to 145%. China says it won't raise tariffs any higher than 125%, saying further escalation is meaningless.
6:50 in your business headlines this morning. Fisher-Price has recalled 250,000 stroller toys due to a choking hazard. The recall, you see it right there on your screen, it's for the Brunch and Go stroller toy. The toy features a plush avocado toast with 3 smaller toys hanging off. There is a Muir tomato, a crinkle bacon, and an egg teether, and that is the specific issue, the egg teether. Fisher-Price says that they've received reports of the yolk of that egg actually cracking and breaking off into 2 pieces. There's been reports of an infant with pieces of that egg toy in their mouth. Fisher-Price says if you have this toy, stop using it immediately and contact them for a free replacement. And the Wall Street Journal is reporting that Weight Watchers is preparing to file for bankruptcy. The Journal says that the company plans to file in the coming months as part of a plan to give the company's creditors control of the business. Weight Watchers has struggled with declining sales as weight loss drugs grow in popularity. For years, the company has made efforts to reinvent itself, first pivoting its focus to wellness, then embracing weight loss drugs more recently. Weight Watchers didn't respond to requests for comment on the story.
In your health headlines this morning, the FDA says it will phase out a requirement that certain drugs and monoclonal antibodies be tested on animals. The agency says one possible replacement for animal testing includes AI-based computer simulations or even lab-grown human organoids. A drug can get FDA approval only after researchers show that it is safe and effective, and until now, that proof has had to be shown through lab testing, often in animals. In your sports headlines, the 2028 Summer Olympics will include new mixed gender team events in multiple sports, including golf and gymnastics. Now, the International Olympic Committee announced the news yesterday, and in addition to golf and gymnastics, there will also be a new mixed gender relay in track and field. The International Gymnastics Federation has until the end of next month to finalize the Olympic mixed event format.
And it is Kraken Saturday night for the last time this season as Seattle's boys visit the St. Louis Blues. Pregame starts at 6:30. Puck drops at 7, and you can catch all the action on Apple Valley News Now's sister station, MeTV. 6:53, and now the top 5 local things you need to know as you head out the door this morning. First, police have arrested a man who tried to steal a Kennewick school bus. It happened on North Volland Street just after 8 a.m. yesterday morning. The driver was at his first stop when 23-year-old David Corona got on the bus and sat behind the driver. There weren't any students on board. The bus driver got off. Corona got into the driver's seat and tried to get the driver and a parent and student who were at that bus stop to come back onto the bus. Well, they didn't and started to walk away. Corona started to follow them, and police later caught up with him and arrested him and booked him into jail. Investigators don't know exactly what the motive behind this was, but they believe he may have been suffering from some mental health issues.
New details on the shooting that happened by the mall. Police say 2 teens were trying to buy a gun from 3 other teens in a parking lot near the mall, and the teen selling the gun took the cash and ran off. The other teens chased after them and shot one of them. The chase made its way into Richland, where the shooting victim ended up at Fire Station 72, and the other group of teens were stopped just blocks away near Yokes. Police say they are still investigating and more charges are pending.
In-person only attendance is now a requirement for Superior Court matters in Benton and Franklin counties. This comes after 2 incidents where someone displayed inappropriate content from their personal camera and microphone. Whatever was played was shut off immediately. IT departments are working with the court and trying to prevent incidents like this from happening.
And the city of Yakima has new trash cans that are graffiti resistant and tamper proof. They were designed by artists in the community, and officials say they asked for designs to reflect the city. Right now there are only 2 cans, but more will be added, and design submissions are still being accepted. If you're an interested artist, you have until April 15th to submit your idea, and if your artwork is picked, you'll be given a $250 stipend.
Well, tomorrow, Hanford High will be hosting their annual Spring Fling Bazaar. Donations from the event will go to the school's film club. There will be over 100 vendors offering handcrafted goods, artisan items, and unique finds. Admission is free. Donations are encouraged, and they say come hungry because there'll be food trucks, coffee, and sweet treats. It all starts at 9 a.m. tomorrow morning and runs until 3 tomorrow afternoon.
Trending this morning, Olive Garden has been dethroned as king of casual dining restaurants, and there's a new ruler in town. So who is it?
Drum roll, please, my friends. It is Texas Roadhouse. Huh. They are taking Olive Garden's top spot after 7 years. Texas Roadhouse far superior over Olive Garden.
Yes.
Oh, hands down. Thank you.
I'm on your team
Thank
here.
you.
And you're from Texas.
I know, but
you're
I don't.
From Texas.
I'm more of an Outback Steakhouse girly over Texas. Well, the rolls are good at Texas Roadhouse.
Yeah.
With the cinnamon butter.
Oh,
this ain't Texas.
So delicious. I actually claimed them as putting me into labor when I had Jack's. Oh, went to Texas Roadhouse the night before.
I'll just leave that there.
All the rolls.
The steakhouse chain grilled up nearly $5.4 billion in revenue last year, but Olive Garden isn't out of the game as it's not far behind with $5.1 billion in revenue, and it's still growing with 10 new locations.
And Chili's sizzled into 3rd place, and a triple dipper sounds really good right now. I love those.
Rounding out the top 5, Applebee's and Buffalo Wild Wings in 4th and 5th. And we're big fans of Texas Roadhouse in my family. My grandpa goes there pretty much
love the story.
every day for dinner. And he then told me that he has his photo on the wall. He said, they put my photo up on the wall at Texas Roadhouse. And I said, oh my gosh, wow, like who else?
Just him.
Just him.
So
my grandpa's an honorary member of Texas Roadhouse.
He sounds so cute.
He's a Hall of Famer, yeah.
Wow. That's like a jersey retirement. That's
I know,
incredible.
isn't that great?
Great for him, and great weather on the way,
I love
too.
that.
As we're going to be warming things up, it's going to feel a little bit like Texas out there as we head into next week. Now for this morning, 30s and 40s in the valleys, 40s for the Basin and foothills, 20s and 30s up in the Cascades, 30s and 40s for the Blues. So if you did have to break out the ice scraper, it would probably be in the higher terrain of Kittitas or Yakima counties. Winds gusting out of the north and west right now in the Kittitas Valley, also up in the Cascades. That is going to be a facet of our forecast that's only going to exacerbate into tomorrow. For today, 50s and 60s, dry for lower elevations, seasonal stuff, but again, very windy in the Kittitas Valley tomorrow. Some of those winds gusting upwards of 50 miles per hour.
It'll be a ponytail day.
Yes.
Sounds like a great weekend. And thank you guys for watching Good Morning Northwest. You can always find updates on our website.
Good Morning America is up next. We'll be back tonight with your local news and weather at 5.
Have a great day.